Finally, a real, workable, options trading system designed for purpose of trading options for a good living. Learn the system that started it all for options trading authority systems developed when, in 1998, I discovered that my intuitive skills developed starting at age 6, for finding big uptrends in stocks. Story investing, as I called it, could be translated to a few rules on a price chart, and then duplicated over and over again instead of my one-time wonder-only intuitive trades. You are in for a treat. You're about to learn an amazing system designed for crushing that with options that was translated out of a time where I intuitively, and with lots of focus, rode the waves of a story trend move, as I used to call them. I was initially a stock investor and trader. Then I got into options. I learned the instructor's option strategies. But they were weak. So one day I thought, what if I just do what I know and instead apply options to it? And the rest was history. In my first running, I took approximately $13,000 up to a peak of around $425,000 in 4 months, 4 trades in my whippersnapper days as I decided to apply my stock picking skills to options. Obviously you can see that I got a little aggressive on my position sizing, youth, but I had a well-built-up intuition in the markets that started to be shaped from age 6. Yes, age 6. My dad loved the markets. He had me trying to read the Wall Street Journal and listen to Paul Kang's nightly business report even from that age. He got me into the markets. Since it made him so happy, I decided to keep learning. Back to the trading story. So I was following the certain stock of a certain company. They had great options prices back then that correlated with the stock's average moves quite well. You could buy a near the money option at about 1.00, ride a move and sell it for 5 to 8 on a decent swing. It was great. And so I rode swings along a motivated story trend for a highly anticipated product approval, product launch that was very much in demand. No, it wasn't Apple. I'll tell you in the course. You can still find these types of options on good solid stocks. And you don't need to play the popular stocks which often have more expensive options. But hey, if a stock can put in a great move, then options pricing is just relative to how much that stock can move. So do keep that in mind. The max the stock I was playing got to was around 115 points or so. It was just a basic stock, but it did have a compelling story trend. So I just rode the swings of that trend. And I knew enough about options back in those days to know that I needed momentum and speed with a good amount of follow-through, point millage in order to make a lot of money with options. So like a cheetah hunting for its prey, I searched and surveyed the land, and eventually this opportunity popped up out of the blue. And I knew with my cheetah instincts that this stock was going to make a highly motivated move over the next 3 months or so, even to the point of nearly being a for sure win. So I waited until I had the right setup. I waited for my prey. And just at the right moment, I pounced with explosive speed and fury into an well figured out, ideal, aggressive options position. I did this 3 more times and crushed it, taking a tiny account into a nice sized account. A very nice sized account for me at the time, taking the whole account up to a 3,000% gain in the account in about 4 months. I ended up getting out with that last trade a little late with only a 1,700% on my entire account in 3-4 months, since it was my first experience with options ultra euphoria which got me to hang on and not get out when I intuitively knew better. And now I developed the systematic trick to avoid missing out on those max profits that I built into the system. So the whole process of intuitively making the series of trades I did took a lot of time and effort, a OTA of time and effort. And so I realized, even though that was a great victory, intuitive trading sure does take up a lot of time, effort and focus. And my intuitive approach really limited me from doing other things. And I wondered if there was an easier way. Then one day down the road, I stumbled upon some technical analysis books. And one book in particular really shocked me. They were talking about a method that was similar to mine that I used intuitively to take that small amount and turn it into a large one over 4 trades. It was similar, but not the same, so I went to work in trying to figure out how I could translate my accurate intuition into a set of simple, clear rules so I could trade in a much easier way and repeat the process more often. I thought it was an epic move in the stock at the time. Then later I realized, these types of moves were happening on a regular basis. I used to think I had to find some sort of epic move in the stock, but later I felt kind of silly realizing that these trend moves were happening on a pretty regular basis, up and down in stocks. When I realized that, it dawned on me how much money I was missing out on because these types of moves could be rode over and over. But I needed to crack a more simple way of trading those moves. Eventually I did, and that method became OTA core. So I translated my entire intuitive process into a simple set of rules, and now have decided to teach this method to you. I even refined this method over time with a couple additional boosters. You can access this system today if you take action now. Click add to cart to get started if you want it. If you're interested in learning this system, then do it now since it's very easy to forget later. And just imagine, if you forget to get this system and put it to work, just imagine the years of compounding profits you would miss. There's no perfect time to start except now. Get compounding. Click the add to cart button and start trading today. I was watching the markets like a hawk, as the expression goes. Because after I put position on, I now had to figure out intuitively when to get out of that position at the right time in order to make sure I captured the most profit I could. And that took a lot of focus and a lot of time. Now with OTA core, it's super easy. I realized that my trading achievement of $13K to over $400K in a few months was really not that big of a deal because I could have done that many times over the years, compounding my account to ridiculous levels by simply following a few set of rules. It was mind-blowing. It was incredible. Of course, you probably wouldn't want to be as aggressive as I was without the special sauce technique that I teach in the course. Yeah, I was a bit aggressive. You don't need to be that aggressive. you'll likely do better by following the money management methods in the OTA core system course. But if you did want to be more aggressive, at least now, you'll have a high probability plan. The discovery that price charts hold the secrets and can make trading so much more easy was a massive one, because now I can reduce my effort in watching the market by 99% while taking advantage of these types of money-making moves over and over and over again. Plus now I would be able to compound my account, since now I can take a systematic approach and repeat it, trading these types of moves over and over and over again, even on the same stock. So I translated my intuition into a set of rules into this trading system called OTA Core. And also I mentioned the secret sauce needed if you're looking to get really aggressive and crush it like I did, as I explained that in the OTA Core options and stocks trading system. Plus, if I had the OTA Core trading system with its simple rules at the time, I could have kept on trading, taking in way more profits over time versus just taking those 4 trades. You see, intuitive trading got me so focused on one event, one story. But there are many price action stories that keep on going and going and going in a stock's price action flow. And quite frankly, you don't even need a special story anymore, technically speaking. The OTA Core removes the need for all extra thinking. All we need to do is see the charts and do the system. Eventually the doing of the system goes into the subconscious mind, so it becomes easier than ever and seems like it's on autopilot. That's where we want to be. You're just getting in front of opportunity every time, so you capture most if not all moves up or down, calls or puts. All we want to do is simply be in front of the market on our favorite stocks, or any new hot stock you find, before they move with our nice options position or stock position, and then just collect the profits as the market moves. As we keep doing the trades, the idea of a system is that the revenue outpaces any costs. So then therefore, like a business that is continually making sales, we would then be continually look to make profits as our revenues are higher than our costs. Revenues are winning trades. Costs are largely losing trades. And as profits keep growing, then we increase our position size in proportion to the new account size. And then account values start to take off like a rocket, producing that geometric curve. Get more info from the link below.